get it. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-dun-da-na-na-na. Da-na-dun, da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-dun, da-na-na-na-na. Na-na-dun, da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-dun, 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 da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-dun. Yeah. Welcome back. This is that By the Way podcast, as you should know by now. Welcome back to my returning listeners. Shout out to the family. Hope y'all been ear hustling out there. And yeah. You know what? We back. I believe this is the 36th episode. Yeah, we here. So, as it goes, a lot is going on out there. A lot in the world. A lot of people going through a lot of different things. And excuse me, I hope I wasn't too loud. Excuse me. And you know, I think before we move forward, you know, some of us are going through things as well. And it would be nice to address those things, you know, before we move forward. I'm going to turn me up a little bit. Yeah. There we go. And yeah. I think I want to address all those that are going through it. It's not easy. It's not nice. And it's tumultuous at times, you know. Oh, what? I'll let that one just flow. Get this blown actually renewed. But yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right. My apologies, you all. I was just getting this blunt out of this road, but yeah. I'd like to give a warm shout out to those on the journey, whether they fall, stumble. You know, I'd like for you to know. No matter what happens, you get back up. You dust yourself off in the way that you dust yourself off. And you continue forward motion. You know. One thing I will say this. You know, as we go through things, the most important thing is that you're going through it, which means there's a beginning of it, there's a middle of it, and there's an end of it. And then there's multiple things that have all three of those things. I think the most important thing is to not be stifled, not to be stagnant, your rate and your movement, not to freeze up or give up or stop or slow down or diminish. Although you will be affected by the things that come your way. No. It's almost different. Well, like anything, every choice has a duality within it to a degree. I think moving on from something, or not even moving on from something, but moving forward. There's two types of moving forward. There's there's digesting in a healthy form of fashion of what it is that you went through, that you feel, and then moving on from a digestion of that moment. And then there are moments where there isn't digestion of that moment. There's a putting off to the side and not dealing with things. And I think that's where a lot of people get fucked up at. Especially when you don't know about these things. So you do this for so long, and then you have all these emotional ties to things that you don't even really remember anymore. It just comes to be a kind of a way that you are. Even when you want to start unleashing things or relinquishing things, sometimes you don't even know where to start or where to begin or where to work at. So in those ways, you have to go into a master reset of some sort. A master reset isn't always easy, because first you have to master yourself, which it could be very entertaining, but it's a dance. It has its healthy moments, has its toxic moments, and it has its all in between. But more importantly, what I'm saying is, as people go through things, no matter what they go through or what you go through, the most important thing is that you're going through it. And a lot of people have things to do, things to build, lives to alter, things to work on. Excuse me. A legitimate, legitimate things to do, and being stagnant stops you, slows down the creation of the doing of those things. And a lot of choices, a lot of realities are cut out of existence, or have the possibility to be cut out of existence, or the possibility to be activated or thrown into the mix. But more importantly, for all those that are actually going through things, which is all of us simultaneously through different ways, keep your head up, keep your energy up. It's nice to talk nice to yourself, talk positively to yourself. The way you treat yourself is very important. I think a lot of us are really focused on how we treat others and things of that nature, and how you came off, and if people take you the right way or like you and all that other stuff. But sometimes I think it's important to focus on yourself to a degree. Be nice to yourself. The way you talk to yourself. Um, I noticed that we have it's very easy to quickly and emotionally say something disrespectful to yourself when you're stricken by a time constraint. That's when patience is completely out the window. And a lot of us can say things or do things that if we weren't burdened by time, we wouldn't be acting or saying those things in that way. I just wanted to spend a little time on that. Might come back, but as always, this is that by the way pod. This is your host with the most, Mr. Bush. Um, I'm glad that you all are back. Like I stated previously, um, I feel my position here more now than ever, and I know we'll grow. That it comes with it. I am growth. In so many ways, and I'm thankful for that. Mm. Um, I talked about it previously. Um, I talked about delusions, right? I talked about delusion, and I talked about well, it's not about what I talked about. It's this, I guess. As I've always stated, the moral of what I'm doing is that I never want to be fear stricken or fear mongering or put out anything of that nature. But I believe that ultimately, people also should be looking at things correctly. You know, right now we live in such weird times. Everything is highly sensitive, and a lot of people won't talk about the things that are on their heart or the things that are dear to them due to fear of being able to explain it with a sense of clarity, I guess. um, right now, there's a lot of blind aggression. At first, I thought it was just lack of emotional intelligence, and it is. But the lack of emotional intelligence just creates blind aggression. And, with this, you know, it makes it very difficult. Very, very difficult. There's a lot of people right now, you know, it's hard to explain, but like, I don't know, the world is just very weird right now. I don't really want to talk too much about it, but it's like it's kind of hard. You can't talk about it because we're in it. Every day we step out into the weirdness. So, and if certain people don't maintain certain perspectives, then in certain ways reality gets lost. Reality, excuse me, reality gets lost. And the funny thing is, it's only certain people. It's like there's a divide now in people's mindset. Like only certain people understand what I'm talking about right now. Some people may seem like, what is he talking about? Or whatever the case may be. But things have become such a divide. They were based off so many other things, but now it's like the fear within itself is so closer now. It used to be to a degree, um, it used to be a certain sense of camaraderie between black people, even though everything was still fucked up. Don't get me wrong, it's still black on black killing. But even outside that black on black killing, um, people in I guess even outside the AIDS epidemic, people weren't walking around looking at people all weird and strange and with an eye up at them. And the days that we live in now, um, the days we live in now, it's like there's so much. But even on top of that, there's also so much people taking advantage of the thing that of what's happening, what's going on, and what's actually not going on. Why people think it's going on. There's a lot of lies, a lot of just bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. Um, so just takes time. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yet again, I hope all and everybody is doing well. I really do. Really, really do. Okay. So, in today's part, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, to be honest with you. I think it goes this way most episodes. And, honestly, like on some real shit, as much as um, I don't want to be a tight ass about everything. I don't think everything is about, rah, 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 rah. I think, I think it's to get to a point, you know. I was born in 1990. I came out of my mom on October 29th, 1990. Right? Before I came out, there were conversations, there were sounds, there were choices, there were voices, there were feelings all around me for the entire 10-month just is it gestation, I think, whatever. I know some people out there like you only pregnant for 9 months. Some people 10, so relax. But anyway, um, before I actually came out or was born, I was already altered, affected. My mom was altered and affected, and I was there with her, just like all of you all were. And what I'm saying is that when I was born, before I was born, I was already into a world. I was supposed to be born into perfection. We're all supposed to be born into perfection. Born into a place where we can get it together and we can do the whole purpose of what this is. But it didn't work out that way. We weren't born into perfection. Our mothers cried while they were pregnant with us. Our mothers were in fearful states while they were pregnant with us. Whether it being her afraid of her environment, her afraid of something external, or literally her afraid of her and of herself and her own choices. But a lot of us have gone through battles before we were even born in so many ways. Now, if we were born into perfection, we would be used to, and our habits would be of perfection. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, you'll never be happy trying to chase something like perfection. Well, that's a weird conversation to have because we are perfectly happening the way we are until we change the frequency of certain perfections. But ultimately, we are perfect. Whether you do something and cause pain, you do it perfectly. Everything is done perfectly in the way it was supposed to be done because it just is what it is. Now, excuse me. You know, it's so funny. It's so weird. It's like people that don't know you will listen to you, will take your advice, and the people that are closest to you may come and may even listen to you, but never really listen. And it's the weirdest thing. But it is what it is. But I want to give us. I want to give a moment out um, to young ladies. I want to give a moment out to young ladies. The reason why is because oh man, the reason why is because beyond being beautiful or gorgeous, nobody's here to tell you the things that you already know. More importantly, I believe when going through a world ran by things and has its own habits and its own norms and its expectations, those things can be parasitic in nature, and those things can drain you. Those things can beat you up and alter you, and you can find yourself in situations that you're better than, or you don't deserve necessarily. The world in itself is very harsh on women, in every way. And I believe that, well, it's not I believe, I was just recently talking to someone that I care about, a young lady, my sister. And in talking to her, I talked about assertiveness. That if I talk to any woman, and the reason why I say this is because I told her if I was talking to my daughter, I would want my daughter to live her life based off what she deems as a suitable reality for her, not basing her life off of a world telling her how to think, feel, or alter or filter her emotions. She should always be in control of herself, make her own decisions. Express herself in the ways that she wants to express herself. But more so importantly, be assertive about it. But also be strong, passionate, and ultimately, out of everything, protect yourself. I think, ladies, in so many ways, there's obviously the most pertinent way of protecting yourself. Of not way of protecting yourself, but protecting yourself is keeping yourself safe physically. From whether that's making better, smarter decisions, as far as you're planning and scheduling how you move, whether that goes into you making yourself a weapon, or even arming yourself. But more importantly, I myself would not suggest you just arming yourself with a weapon. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes you can hurt yourself, or you can hurt others out of wrongness. And I think you'll have a much better sense of control of emotions as well as strength in self if you strengthen your body and yourself first as you arm yourself. I'm not telling you not to arm yourself. I'm just saying, why get a gun and when you shoot it, you break your wrist? Instead of building your arms, building your chest, getting your cardio together, going to the gun range, learning to shoot. You know what I mean? Like strengthening your body. So by all means, I'm on your side. I always want that. But in other ways, there's so many other ways to protect yourself, even mentally. A lot of things will drain you. And I think a lot of expectations of people just aren't necessarily right for women and what their expectation of what things are. I think a lot of people are trying to live vicariously through others. And ultimately, it's your life. So you have to live your life. Nobody can tell you how to live your life. And that's just really what it is. So again, no matter who you are, you know, I want you to take time out for yourself. I want you to breathe. I want you to talk beautifully to yourself. I want you to seduce yourself. And when I say seduce, and obviously nothing sexual, but like, are you able to inspire yourself? And not just necessarily like you're trying to trick yourself or something. No, like a good rhythmic conversation of something that flows in the direction that you want. I think there is nothing wrong with talking to yourself. I think there's a comfort in hearing or let alone feeling your voice and knowing that you are full within your voice and being what it is that you need to be. Blessings unto thee, I guess they say. But no, I definitely want the best, um, as well as forward motion in the most positive ways for all of you all's health, all of you all's personal goals, all of you all's creations, all of you all's family, all of you all's, your everything from your body to your mind to the things that are passionate to you. I wish nothing but forward motion with the most positive energy, honestly. I think right now a lot of people need inspiration. Well, inspiration has the word spirit somewhere in there, I'm pretty sure. In is in the spirit. Ation is, I guess, the study or just the doing of the act in the English word. Anyway, to get in your spirit and talk to your spirit. For your spirit to be, you know what? I'm gonna tell you all something. I probably talked about this last one, but I'm not jumping on any bandwagon by any means. By all means, I'm not jumping on any bandwagon. I recently came to the conclusion that I had anxiety. And ironically, the moment I think I noticed it, it started to simmer out, which I don't even really feel it in me anymore, which is so weird because I guess just the admittance of it starts a new way of feeling within yourself where it alters you. And I think that's the thing about epiphanies, so a realization of a new feeling. Sometimes it's hard to feel the old way once you feel it the new way. And yeah. But the way I identified my anxiety was that I realized there was like this buzz, this internal buzz within me that was happening when I would talk to people. And it made me move and say things that I didn't really truly want to say. Or it made me move and do things that I didn't really truly want to do. Nothing too crazy, but just the smallest bit, from dropping keys to probably an invite about something towards whatever I'm doing when I didn't really want to invite nobody to whatever I'm doing. And I realized that sometimes I guess it put me in compromising situations. You know, and sometimes I think in Chicago, a lot of things with tricky, itchy, itchy energy happens because of shit feels weird. You know, and nobody wants to feel like they're being played with or being played. You know, so I just think, I don't know. Well, I do know. I do know. We live in a place where things are very a heightened potentiality for a lot of things, plus a lot of emotional things that just going on in general. But yeah. But basically, what I'm saying is, I realized that in the inner part of me, um, there was a buzz, a shakiness that affected me, and it altered me. And as soon as I noticed it, I was able to detangle it. You know, yeah, detangle it. Mm. You know, I would say this: anything that you have access to that allows you to have the most utmost relinquished and nothing holding over you. Anything that you can fix, anything that you can make your heart lighter upon. I suggest that you do it because it's nothing like a light heart. It's nothing like living in your truth. It's nothing like it's nothing like being aligned, being online, and feeling, great emotion. I think a lot of people, as they get older, their body gets clogged up, their body diminishes, their mind diminishes, their hearts and their desires get clogged up and diminishes. But I believe we're supposed to get better as we get more life. A lot of people don't really realize that so-called things of being old are technically unnatural. Like even dementia. Dementia in itself is a collapse of a lot of things, but a healthy mind with healthy emotion and healthy expression only facilitates a better memory, more in tune and in depth conversation, and you learn and you absorb a lot. I think over time you have to balance more because you're not going off of just an innate youthfulness. You have to actually be more mindful of your energy and your light and the way you move and bend yourself. But when in youth, as you think it, your body does it. So it's all about regaining that synchronization with yourself, hydrating yourself, detoxing yourself, strengthening yourself, rebuilding yourself if needed. And for those that don't need it, taking what you've been working on to the next level. Whether it is you're working on your thighs, you're working on your stomach, you're making sure that your body is useful, not necessarily just looking for looks. It's nice to have endurance. It's nice to have power. It's nice to, you do something once, but can you do it 20, 30 times? Whether it be a knee kick, a knee lift, Are you able to lift your own leg 30 times, 10 times? No fight, no nothing. Just lift your leg 10 times. If you can't, or if it's tiring, or your thighs or hips are burning, well, you need to put in some work. You need to stretch. You need to work those muscles more. You know, I think time always becomes a bullshit ass construct and game because ultimately you just need time for yourself. But time also comes with energy. Sometimes you can have the time for yourself, but do you have the energy to match the time for yourself? And sometimes if you have the energy for something, do you have the time for it? So it's a dance within your life. But I believe that, when you eat well, when you sleep well, when you operate as well as you can save yourself a lot of energy and a lot of, just, I guess, wasted and despair instead of getting to places in a person that you want to be. And what I mean by that is, I think we all have goals that we would like to attain to a degree. Some people don't, but some people do. Everybody has their own little thing or own thing. The size of it is irrelevant. And I think there's a growth. There's a growth in the thing that you do that you want to get better in. And I think even as you get better in it, you change. And as you change, I'm not saying you acting bougie or anything, but I'm just saying, as you understand that, oh, okay, this works for that, you start to improve on your process of how it is that you even made what it is that you got going, working for you. Whether it is you started your own law firm, you started your own business, you selling CBD lemonade, or you whatever, you know what I mean? Like, so I think over time there's a growth within the becoming of what it is that it is becoming. So it's like a duality. It's you and the thing that is basically you, which is your energy being transmuted in a different way. So I think now is a time where a lot of us have to be more focused. A lot of us have to be more intentional. But it could be done in a way without it being tiresome, burning out. Like, I don't know. It's about a dance. I think sometimes it's very easy to get stuck in something very, stone cold to a degree. But ultimately, it's about a beautiful dance, a beautiful internal dance of everything of what you are. And yeah, yeah. Hey, since this is my pod, I want to get my spiel on on aliens. On aliens, I don't really have too much to say. You obviously know that over here, this mindset, this consciousness, definitely believes in life of the unknown. But more importantly, looking at the way things are being ran here, it makes me wonder about a lot of things. And seeing the tightness, and there seems to be some type of rushiness within the system, within society, I'll say. I don't want to overuse that word. But within society, within which we watch, what we hear about, I think that there's a bigger play. And I think it's being shown in our face, a lot of things. But I think it's for us to take a step back. But sometimes it's hard to take a step back from something that you're so ingrained in. Something you're so deep in, it's almost like you're a blood cell in the blood, which is flowing through a vein in the body of the thing that you're in. You're that deep and intricate in it. Even a vacation itself, you can't escape it. You go to a place where it's indoctrinated in others' mindsets, just waiting for you to get there. As soon as you come, it activates. It's how everybody is wired. So ultimately, the vacation that it is that you want, you have to detach in such a way that you've probably never detached before, that walking down your own street feels like the most magnanimous thing of your week. I like that word better. But I think that comes with a certain mindset, a certain sense of gratitude, a certain sense of appreciation, an openness to humor, an openness to fun, an openness to wholeness, an openness to openness. Like, it has to be a very wide deepness within self to really detach from everything, because sometimes you can't hop on a plane and run away from something on the same planet. Even though it would be nice. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. And it is. I mean, it's very beautiful. If you ever get the opportunity to go to all types of places, I think any place is a beautiful place based off the opportunity or the life lived there. Anything tragic can happen anywhere, So, beauty is beauty. I mean, to be honest, common sense is, a lot of where ugliness, there's a certain sense of common sense of where ugliness prevails more than, and is more increased. I'm trying to get a word for it. In certain areas, obviously, than others. So I'm not trying to sound stupid saying go find beauty in the most ugliest and dangerous places. You can, and there is. But sometimes the most ugly and dangerous places are places where you wouldn't even expect. Those are the most ugly and dangerous places. I think, anyway, I'm not going to get to that. But I will say this. I want to put out a protection. I'm not a warlock, not a witch, not anything. I don't know how to wish any, whatever. But what I would like to say is this. I would like to shield you all with an energetic coat of protection. I myself, I've come into contact where, I will say this. It doesn't matter what or how others are affected on a negative level or respond to on a negative level, despite what you emit that is beneficial or even liked or admired by them anyway. I think it's ultimately it's your responsibility to do you. And it's your life. That's your purpose. Your purpose is to do you regardless. And to do you is forward motion. That's why you continue to do you, and you continue to create new from that. And that's the only way you can move forward and build upon new things and find yourself in new places. You can't be stagnant, which we talked about earlier. But I know that some people go through weird things. Sometimes a lot of people at the mercy of others through certain little bullshit that goes down. But I want certain people to know, whether you're a woman who's, somebody came upon you with an advance towards you, and because you declined, they declined you on a job, or just some racist stuff. Some people could like you and admire you and just dislike you because even though they like you, I've talked about it in so many ways, but you can affect so many. Some people could just hate you just because they hate you, and it is what it is. It's not for you to spend all your time on. You do what you can, and you can what you do. I say that one more time. You do what you can, and you can what you do. So this is me canning what I do to put out for sale. I just went. But no, like I said, you can only do you and not ever stop. And ultimately, you will definitely inspire. And little do you know, there are those watching you. There are a lot of people watching you, whether you know it or not, and whether they know you or not. We're seen in so many ways. From younger siblings to relationships, from friends, like parents. A lot of people can fear you. A lot of people can love you. And a lot of things can grow into other things as well over time based off whatever changes, whether it's you, it, or the situation. And I think situations are just basically surrounding energetic air, because we're all energetic beings, but we're altered by our surrounding in so many ways. So I just think that, I know a lot of you all out there going to work, a lot of you all out there doing what you do, meditating, becoming a better person, playing a sport, just whatever. I don't care if you're 11, 12, 18, 26, 22, 30. I think ultimately, based off of the world that we're in, I think anybody younger than me and older than me, it doesn't matter. I think better late than never, right? So, yeah. I'll say this. Listen up very carefully. And I've said this multiple times before. And I just love talking about energy and just the flow of it to a degree. But basically it's this. I want younger people to understand life. That way they can master it and enjoy it without it hurting them. Even though I know I can't stop everybody from being hurt in life. It's a part of the game. But more importantly, I would like, I think like, and it's not even a parent. I'm not trying to say I'm coming from a parent perspective, but I like, if you make a mistake, mistakes you can come back from, because I know there's certain mistakes you can't come back from. And like I always say on here, I always come from a black perspective. And I think a lot of black men, black people in general, but black men as well, at the depth of some of that, is coming from a place of survival. And hold on one second. You know what's so crazy? When you have to practice what you preach. It's so easy to be a hypocrite. I guess you gotta be a real nigga to say that. Whatever that means. But yeah. I was talking about something that I know I was talking about black man survival, but the part before that just got by me. I don't know. I don't know if that's it. I do want to say, if you like this pod, if I inspire, I touch something, I get in the feelings, just Just help you be better. If you do want to support, donate. I graciously accept it by all means. You can definitely do so via PayPal at any amount that you desire, deem worthy. I'm never ever. It's not a sale thing, and it's not even an ass thing. It's whether you want to do it or don't want to do it. You can do $0, 50 cent. You can ask me for 50 cent. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know if I don't have 50 cent for you. I'm gonna be honest. Well, I gotta transfer it over, but I ain't got Anyway, I'm being honest with you. But no, you can definitely do so via PayPal. Again, PayPal. What up? Hit me up. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can donate support via PayPal at Wickush. That's WICKUSH. Again, that's at Wickush. WICKUSH. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I hope everything's okay. I'm gonna give a couple shout outs and then I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I want to say something. Recently, today, I talked to my pops, talked to my father. Decent conversation, nice conversation, really nice, pleasant. Um, you know, I don't want to have problems with people. I don't have problems with people. I just think that there's been time, a lot of time, and a lot of growth in between individuals. And whether the other side did whatever they did on their end or not, I know who I am and what I've done. And I want the best for a lot of people. And I don't see why we can't live our best lives and be our best selves during it. I think a lot of things are wasteful. And hug the people, love the people, hug you, love you, emit, be you, and do what it is. Because everybody's journey is different. That's why I always say do what it is. But I will say this, strengthen yourself. Hit them sit-ups, hit them push-ups, planks, hold your body up. Strengthen yourself. Jump squats, get you in jump rope. Work out with some friends, play a sport, get down and learn something. Let's try it. So, yeah. Hey, Charlie. Bye, Charlie. You ain't gotta come in. I'll talk to you later, boo. Well, yeah. So, it is what it is, But, yeah. Protect yourself and keep yourself right. And, I mean, look, I did something I haven't done in a long time. I used to, as a kid, I used to always pray. I started praying with my mom, and I think I first learned. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, the whole thing, right? And it's funny because now that I hear that, it sounds like such a chant that I feel creepy about saying it because it's like, where does that come from? Let's do some research on those words. But more importantly, lately I did a prayer, and I view prayer in such a different way. I don't necessarily know if I'm talking to someone or I'm talking to myself, but I feel like I'm talking to myself, not in a way where it's not going anywhere. But I'm saying you should always talk to yourself. It's important. But I think sometimes as you talk to yourself, it's important to hear the depth of where you're willing to plead, even so you know that you're aware of those things, because subconsciously you can work on things as well. make safer decisions, better decisions, movements, whatever the case may be. But again, look, I'm not gonna keep you all. Share this pod. You know, your friends, your family, shit, coworkers. Send it, share it, send it through. Oh, I would like to give a shout out to people in every country. I'm about to name them. 1 second. That listens to the pod because I saw Spotify's year-end review and I felt the way. I'm not even gonna lie. The reason I felt the way is because on their records it said that I reached only one country. And I think, in some ways it's a little disrespectful to what we got going on. And, a lot of this is, just some shit we got to get to, So, yeah. It is what it is. Let me see something. Hold on 1 second. Where we at? All right, cool. Here we go. So, I myself am going to give out a shout out to all of the places that mess with me. All right. Again, this is that By the Way podcast. Oh shit. This is that By the Way podcast. I am again Mr. Bush. Thank you. I appreciate it. So look, here's all the countries that I'm in, and I'm gonna give a shout out. Shout out to, I'm in Chicago, so for me to mention United States, shout out to United States, but that goes without saying. Anyway, shout out Germany. I've never been there. I would love to check it out, honestly. I know if I go to Germany, hey, look. I got a little quick story on Germany. Wait, was it Germany? Was he German or was he? No, he was German. Okay. All right, so look, I want to tell y'all this little quick excerpt about my brain in Germany. The only thing I know. All right, so look, there was, damn, I wish I remember what year, but it doesn't really matter. So, on the south side of Chicago, there's a city college called Richard Daley. I had a music class, and one of the dopest teachers that I ever had in my entire, you know what? The most realest, loving, and deepest teacher I ever had in my entire life was this German man who was my piano teacher. I don't know why he had these conversations with me, but after class, it was either me or maybe a few of us, but mainly just me. I don't remember everybody else. I remember basically just remember him talking to me. And he used to always tell me, obviously he didn't say Mr. Bush, but I'm going to say Mr. Bush. He'd be like, Mr. Bush, one day this world and a lot of things are going to go down and bad, and I just want you to be prepared, and I want you and your family to be okay, and you need to be prepared, and you need to get you some rice, you need to get you some potatoes, and you need to get you some beans, and you need to learn how to grow, and at the time he told me, I was so far away from where I am now. I didn't think it was crazy or anything. I completely believed him and, felt him and vibe. I had no idea of how I would even begin fulfilling the things that he was even saying that I should do. But I'll never forget this. This is real talk. I'll never forget how not only did he say, playing the piano saved his life, but I'll never forget the pain, the pressure inside of his soul and his spirit, but also his fingers and his hands when he would play the piano. His hands were these big, thick, like sausage fingers with barely like these cut back far too much fingernails with these stubby tips and these like thick sausage hands and these like rough hands. They were like, rough hands, thick hands. But yet he like so gently and lightly pressed the keys and moved his hands and his wrists. And I could tell that it was like it was internally therapeutic to his nervous system. Like his spirit was so beyond just what his body was. And it just showed what he's gone through before he got to America. And what was his norm and his people and what they, And I really respected that. I wish I remembered his name. He was an amazing soul. I really do wish I remember his name. But yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me get back to next from Brazil. Look, I've never been to Brazil. I don't know anything about Brazil. The only thing I do know about Brazil is that apparently Brazil has some beautiful women and they got some juicy booties. And I would definitely like to make my way to Brazil one day. So let's all get out there. Get out there to Brazil. Yeah. Let's do it. And shout out to Brazil. Y'all got some beautiful sun. Even though I've never been there, I'm just talking off the places I've been in the surrounding somewhat area. Aruba, Puerto Rico, not close, but somewhat to a degree. I just know when you get to that equator and in that area, you feel it. It feels like the sun is alive. So again, shout out to Brazil. I love you all. Yeah. Shout out to Jamaica. Jamaica is next. I went to Jamaica and I fuck with Jamaica. Hey Jamaica, I love you all. I love every single one of you all. Wagwan, brethren. Wagwan. Like real talk. Y'all pass my stuff out there. Like, look. I love Jamaica. And I know Jamaica goes through shit same as Chicago and a lot of other places. And to be honest, I wish black people to a degree we could get like us a safe word or like a keyword that no matter what you say, well, no matter what, when it's said, you can't do nothing. You got to stop all that and end the beef. I wish we could have like a safe word universally on all black fronts, like no matter on some real shit, like on some very real shit. But yeah, I love Jamaica. I wish Jamaica could come together. They are together, and I want to make sure that the spirit of Jamaica is preserved and strengthened. So shout out to Jamaica, and like I said, Wagwan, bro. Hey, and shout out to Spider, bro. What up with you? I ain't forgot about you, bro. I hope you. I don't know if you sold them those flip flops or not, but I hope you definitely put them good use. I hope you're safe out there, and I wish you the best, bro. Real talk. Next, Italy. I was about to say buongiorno. I could be so wrong. I don't want to sound ignorant. I don't really know that much about Italy, and I don't want to sound stupid and just say pizza. So I would like to say shout out to Italy. I heard there's a lot of art, a lot of culture there. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I heard some things about Italy. Yeah, I heard some things. I don't want to paint a bad picture or anything, but historically, I heard some pretty not the greatest things. But I would like to know a little bit more about Italy. And I think we should all know a little bit more about different places. And by all means, I would like to get to Italy, experience some food, experience some culture, and definitely be protected while I'm there. So shout out Italy. Next, Costa Rica. Shout out to Costa Rica. Y'all fuck with me. I never been to Costa Rica, but by all means, I definitely want to go. And I feel like Costa Rica is an amazing place. I've seen it a lot of times on TV for different places. So shout out to Costa Rica, Costa Ricans. I know Puerto Ricans are Puerto Ricanians. I don't know that much about the history of Costa Ricans. I know it comes from a certain bloodline ancient, like Indian. So, and I don't even want to say Indians. I'll say native bloodline. So, shout out to Costa Rica. I appreciate you all listening to me, and by all means, support, share, and send it to your friends. Send it to them all. Secondly, we got Japan. Japan. Look, I have to be more cultured. I'm really down to learn everything about everything. I hope that doesn't sound stupid, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know, coming from where I come from, a lot of delusions have been placed upon us. So I just wanna, I want to respect. I want to learn, and I want to strengthen my own way of being as well. And I will say that, I'm a man, a being that is building his own reality, building his own new culture. A lot was taken from us. So we don't really know a lot of things. And if we do look ignorant, if we do look disorganized, if we do look fearful, if we do look broken, it's because we as a black people, we are and we have been. But I'll definitely say we will never, ever, ever stay down. It's not meant for our genetics. We have God written within us. I think it takes time to get a sense of self, a sense of awareness. And once you set your footing, then you make your move. And when you make your move, it's you moving in the direction that is suitable for you. And that could be 1,001,000,000 moves that takes generations. Or it could be one that takes one person. But, I definitely want you all to know that we may be damn near the oldest race on this planet. And we will receive respect. I know we come off away at times, but I think all God's children fall and stumble. But I believe black people are a beautiful, special people. And I believe every race around the world knows it. And I believe that utilizing our strengths, our intelligence, our spirit, can create existences that are worth living. So, yeah, I say that's how I feel about my people. So, yeah. And lastly, Indonesia. I don't know anything about Indonesia, and I hope. Another thing, please don't feel disrespected by me saying what I'm saying or how I'm talking. It's all love over here. I'm just being very honest. I don't know anything about Indonesia. I don't know. Okay, if you say China, I might know konnichiwa. It's like little pieces. You might be able to pull from your mind just to relate to it to a degree. But I really don't know that much about Indonesia. But I have heard about Indonesia. Maybe I need to do some research on Indonesia. You know what? I'll do that. I'll do some reading and check it out. But yeah, yet again, shout out to Indonesia. Yeah, it's all love. I wish you all safety. Again, I'll check what's out there. But regardless of whatever I find out, I want you all to have the best clean water, safety, a system that works for you. Actually, no system, a life that works for you all. Resources, safety. Clean air and just health. I wish that for all of you all, your families, your children, and your generations to come. So, shout out to Indonesia. Real talk. That was basically it. I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that I, was showing love, and even though I never saw you all's faces, I'm showing you love and letting you know that, Spotify got it wrong. I know y'all out there, so yeah. But more importantly, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. peace, love, light to all of those. Keep your head up for emotion. And like I said, this is that by the way podcast. I always be the host with the least amount of mostness, Mr. Bush. And, y'all keep being them ear hustlers. Peace.